Parawing versus wing, which one is the best choice? The inflatable wing remains the dominant tool, especially in challenging or inconsistent wind conditions. Its primary advantages are superior light wind performance. Inflatable wings excel in light, variable and gusty wind. Their robust structure allows riders to actively pump through wind lulls and manage sudden gusts effectively. A single inflatable wing typically covers a surprisingly broad wind range, pairing well with any board and smaller foils. Built-in safety and buoyancy. A crucial, often underestimated feature is safety. When inflated, the wing provides reliable flotation, acting as an emergency raft and a highly visible marker. Numerous real-world rescues have confirmed its life-saving value by offering buoyancy and critical time to the rider. The rise of the Parawing. The Parawing is not designed to outright replace the inflatable wing, but rather to fill a more specialized niche. It shines in specific high-quality conditions and offers an experience focused on simplicity, minimal design and feel. It embodies a pursuit of elegant simplicity. With no pump or rigid structure to hold, it packs down smaller and aligns with a desire for less gear, more freedom, bringing the rider closer to a pure surfing experience. Optimal performance niche. In strong, clean wind, during downwinders, or in specific wave riding environment, the Parawing may represent the future of the sport. It offers a unique sense of freedom and pure feeling that is difficult to match. Parawing challenges, entanglement and learning. Despite its potential, the Parawing represents notable drawback that tempers its appeal for the average rider. Risk of entanglement. While infrequent, entanglement Parawing can be a serious safety issue. The loss of both power and flotation, potentially far from shore, demands greater judgment and situational awareness regarding where and when it is deployed. The learning curve. To gain widespread acceptance, the Parawing needs to overcome the difficulty of learning the basics in light wing, a scenario where the inflatable wing currently provides far more forgiveness and assistance. My experience wing versus Parawing. Conditions. For low winds, 12 knots and down, the wins because you can't get up on foil with a Parawing. I don't know how the new Parawings are or how the big Parawings work in light wind. Example 10 knots. But from 14 knots and up, here in Sweden, where we have wind but still very gusty, the Parawing is the best choice for me, and this is why. The Parawing gives me a graded view. You don't have a leash attached to the Parawing. When you have the leash in the wing, it's always in the way. You have a lot more freedom with Parawing. When riding the wave with the wing, it's always in your face. It's much harder to ride the wave and going side to side when wing is in your face all the time. You can't really see one direction, so you can't really read the wave that good. But with Parawing, you have such a freedom. My skill level got so much better when I started Parawinging. You learn so much about how to get up on foil, how to pump the board, how to pump the wing, how to read the conditions for getting up on foil. You get better at balancing the board. You get better at reading the waves once you're up and riding. So for getting more experience and being a better rider, Parawing is a great tool. Now when the wind is 12 knots, 10 knots and I go with a wing, I can do maneuvers that I couldn't do before. I can swing the wing much better. I have much more balance on the board. I can switch feet much easier, much better. I can pump on foil so much better now than before. During winter time, riding with a Parawing, when your experience isn't any problem at 4 degrees temperatures, I haven't done colder. I use mittens and I have no problems with holding the bar. I have no cramps and I have no problem untangling anything. I haven't had any tanglement that I have to remove the gloves and try to untangle the Parawing on water. That would be painful in cold weather. But you are more safe with a wing in condition where tangling is a risk, because a tangled wing takes a while to fix. At the same time, there is a risk that the bladder of an inflatable wing can blow. So having a Parawing as a rescue in your backpack on your back is great when having a wing as well. Or if you paddle or your paddle breaks, it's a good thing to have a Parawing in your back. For traveling with car, with airplane, with anything, Parawing is so small. It's great. You can easily have another Parawing with you. If the condition change, you could just swap on water. I love to use my 3-meter Parawing, but when wind gets around 14 knots or lower, I have problem getting up on foil if I fall. So having a bigger Parawing just for the rescue purpose to get to the land is great. So I'm thinking about something around 5-6 meters. I don't know how good they are versus my 4.3 meters Parawing. Transition to subfoiling with paddle becomes so much easier once you have learned Parawinging, because you train on your balance, you train on how to get on foil, you train on wave riding, you train on pumping, everything you need for paddling. Sometimes when I'm underwater and I'm trying to pump up on foil, I have thought to myself, I should have a paddle with me here. I would get up with it, but in windy condition and not being that fit or young, I don't want to struggle and be tired once I up. So in windy conditions, I don't use the paddle. It's going to be interesting to see how Parawing develops. Hope you guys try the Parawing because it's so much fun learning new stuff. Don't forget, it was hard learning to wing. So you have to give the Parawing the same time in the learning process. Have fun out there. That's the most important thing. Subscribe for the next video.